So today let's get some seats installed. As you guys know, in my previous video I unboxed these and kind of give you guys a review on them. Yeah, these are so light I can carry them with one hand almost. Look even better outside. Alright, so I think first order of business, I'm going to be taking out the passenger seat first because it's not power, so I'm going to do this first. Then I'll tackle the driver's side. So let's see, this will be the driver's passenger. So this will be the passenger seat here. And then I'll just use one of these guys to put the seat on. Perfect. So on the bottom here we got these rail systems. So I'm gonna be getting rid of these and putting the factory town car brackets on here. So I'm hoping it'll be a pretty simple job. So yeah, let's go ahead and take these brackets off. So I heard these are always trash on these universal racing seats. So I'm just gonna delete them completely and then do the factory sliders on there. Alright, so now that we got these seat brackets off, now we can go inside and the brackets inside the car. Oh, perfect. Remember what size these were. So I don't know if some of you haven't taken Panther seats out, but it should be a 13, a 10. Slide it up. And then there's two more back. So just saying, some of you might struggle getting these seats out and may even break a bolt or nut off because if they've never been taken out, they're more than likely rusted in there. So just be mindful of that. Like I said, I've had these seats out a few times already, so these are pretty simple to get out. In a perfect world, I'm hoping these bolts line up with those holes on those seats, but I know that's highly unlikely, but we can hope, right? But yeah, there's just 4 bolts that you need to break loose, and then we're gonna test fit it on the aftermarket seat over there. So after you get these 4 bolts out, there'll be a 13 millimeter on each side for to attach the backrest to the bottom frame. So you want to take these out, and then this whole bottom slider piece should come off, because all you need are these 2 slide rails. So I guess this side has 2 of these, so There we go. This is literally all you need. Now we need to try fit that on this seat. So I forgot. So see these like metal brackets that come up like this on each side? So you'll want to cut those flush. Cut them flush with this bracket here. And it'll be flat because otherwise you won't be able to mount this to that seat properly. I had a feeling it wouldn't be that easy. All right. So these holes are too wide. You know what? Let me try something. Alright, so I know I was MIA there for a second, but what I ended up doing is just using the front holes for that, and then I just retapped or drilled holes where these bottom ones go. So I got these ones in and just made new holes for the bottom holes. See how I'm not using the very bottom? So that's going to be how the passenger side gets mounted in there. It's time to throw this in the car and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright, so just like last time, if you guys can see, do those two bolts first and then up to the front. I forgot to put the seatbelt on. Oh well, I'll figure it out. I'll just feed it through there. There's enough room back here to get it on. There, we have a seatbelt. Alright, what a pain that was, but got seat number 1 in here. Now it's on to seat number 2. This one I'm thinking is going to be a little bit more tricky because it's going to be a power seat, but I guess we'll see. And then I really need to touch this up because this looks hideous. So I think that's what I'm going to do one of these days anyway. Yeah, I love that. It's going to transform the interior for sure. Oh, so one little tip I'm going to add in here. So after you get all the nuts and bolts off, I'm just going to scoot it backwards a little bit. Just a little. So then I can access all these bolts to get this seat off, if that makes any sense. Alright, and just like last, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I think 3 bolts to take the reclining mechanism off because we won't be using that anymore, and then just transfer this to the new seat, and that should be it. I'm actually gonna go ahead and clean up this floor real quick. I should have done that to the other side, but I was feeling a little lazy, but now I'm kind of regretting not vacuuming this. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'll proceed onto the seats over there. All right, that's much better. And if I can find the cleaner I use for this vinyl, then I'll clean it up. But it's just nice having a nice work area, you know? And I do have plans of swapping this out for some carpet eventually, but it's gonna be another project because then it'll match the carpet on there, and then I plan on doing the whole console in Alcantara, but leaving that blue. And then yeah, I'm not done yet. And this back seat needs to go, so yeah, it's always something to do, you know? You're never truly done with a project car. Always find something else to do. All right, so just like last time, we're gonna take the cut-off wheel and cut off both of these bracket thingies because we need back here. We just don't need this piece that sticks up. So cut that off and then mount it up to the new seat right there, and should be all good to go. Alright, so we got the crappy sliders off, and now we're going to try to fit the electric power seat functions to the bucket seat. So we'll see how that goes. Well, might end up just drilling my own holes again. I was hoping this would fit together easier. That's what you get for cutting corners. Next time I'm probably just gonna buy the Kronvik specific seat brackets because that could have been done with this like 2 hours ago. But if you want to go a cheaper route, it is doable to retain the factory seat brackets. Just takes a little more work. Another cool thing is the factory forward seat bolts that hold the bracket to the seat. They also fit in the aftermarket seat, so the thread pitch and everything is the same, which is pretty cool. Really show you the process, but I just lined up one of these holes so it was flush or straight. Then I drilled a hole there, tightened it, down here tightened it, and then up here I actually didn't bother drilling a hole because it's got this slit in here. So I just stacked washers and tightened it down as tight as I could, but it's not going anywhere, so I think it's pretty straight, so it's time to throw it in the car. How cool is that? Alright, it just took like 10-15 minutes to clean up the interior, vacuum it out, and let me know what you guys think. So I do need to change out the seat belt, the lower portion, because it's tan from those Lincoln seats. So I got a random yellow or tan buckle in there, but other than that, it's complete. So I'll give you guys a little montage, see what you guys think. I personally love it. I just gotta figure out the rear seat now. But that tied in the whole front end. Like everything is uniform. There's just enough blue accents everywhere. Yeah, I just love it. Every day this car gets better. Yeah, so that probably took way longer than it needed to be, but the cool thing is still got power seat functions. So the reclining is all manual now, but the raising, tilting, forward, back is all still electric. And then this seat is just completely manual, so just to save on time. It wasn't power before, so it wasn't worth trying to convert that into power too. But yeah, I love these things. Well, let's go give this pig a good old wash. Oh, and you guys can hear how bad it scrapes when I back out of here too. Unless I can nail this just right, she gonna scrape big time. Just like I said. Like I was saying, I really wanted to do some Alcantara seats so it would match my steering wheel, both my A-pillars and my dash. Oh, and also my center console. But honestly, they look great how they are, because I got the blue stitching here on the shifter, blue stitching here, attempted blue stitching on here. I need to redo this whole steering wheel, because when I was putting this Alcantara on, I was cutting with a knife and went too far down into the steering wheel cover I did, so it just started separating. Probably be an easy fix with some thread and a needle, but we'll see. I might try repair that. But yeah, I'm trying to just make everything uniform, you know, so far. Yeah, and like that needs to go ASAP, because that does not look good in here now compared to these two seats. But yeah, it'd be nice to find somebody that would sell me just the inserts here, and then I could just get somebody to get some black vinyl, and then they could just stitch that into the back seats. But that would probably still cost a pretty penny to do. So I just wanted to touch base on these bolsters here. So they like feel super nice, and like these hug your sides. Like, I guess I'm not like that big of a person, but like if I was like 200 plus, this seat would still hug me pretty good. So like I still got room to move a little. They're plenty big how they are, and they also feel really nice. Now this is a vinyl, so I'm not sure how long this will last. It's not like a true leather like these seats are, so I'm not sure. And being a cheap Amazon seat, I'm not sure how long it'll take before like this top layer starts fading off or whatever, but I guess we'll find out. For 350 bucks, like they're pretty nice. Obviously they're not like competition certified whatever, but they're good enough for daily driving. Super comfy, feel good. And now that I got the factory rails on here, they're just like a factory replacement seat, you know. And if I ever if these ever get wrecked or whatever, I can just unbolt these ones, throw some new ones on, because I already made the brackets to fit aftermarket seats. I don't see myself purchasing a different style, because I love these. Like, I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm planning on buying some turbo manifolds off of a buddy of mine. Then it might take me like a year to gather parts to turbo it, but that's the plan. A turbo 5-speed, turbo 4.6 with the 5-speed. like I'd be happy with a 350 to 300, I don't know, 375 rear wheel horsepower Panther. That's plenty fun for me. Like I've never owned a car that had more than like 250, so if I could get a 350 wheel horsepower Crown Vic, I'd be stoked. So I'm just kind of like preparing for that. I know I keep spending my money on cosmetic things, but it'll just take me a minute to get all this performance goodies together. I think that's gonna be it for this video. Pretty easy to get the factory seat brackets on these seats. I guess like I showed in the video, you just gotta cut those extra metal off the base there so it's not rubbing against the seat. You just gotta make it flush. You can either re-drill your own holes or you can figure out how to get the sliders that they sent you to work, but I just opted for making new holes for where the seat holes are, just way easier. And then you're not like messing with it for too long. But or you can just buy the aftermarket seat brackets where it just bolt right up to it. But that's like an extra, I think they're like $130 a piece. So that's an extra $260 that I didn't want to spend because I don't know, just I'm a cheap guy. I'm a Crown Vic owner. Of course I want to cheap out. Because that's what Crown Vic owners do, is they cheap out on everything. I guess I did cheap out on seats, I won't lie. But yeah, I think that'll do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think of the new seats. Give me a like, thumbs up, same thing. Subscribe if you like the content. Trying to get 2 videos out this week. I already posted one this morning. Then I'm gonna edit this one and either post it tomorrow or Thursday. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. But yeah, if you like it, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.